I'll look forward to hearing whatever legal complaint. I will be tied up in the court system for probably a few years over this ship, but after that, I'm more than willing to, handle this case here about your house and whatnot. And we'll go through it. Have your lawyers call my lawyers, and we'll discuss it like gentlemen.
Great. Thanks. And he'll just follow everybody else as they get pushed out.
As you guys are all outside now, Halloween Jack kind of claps his hands together at the assembled. Well, it looks to me like there's a lot of work that we have to do. As a Seven Nation Army, we're all about humanity first. So we support all efforts, of course, to deal with extraterrestrial threats that may impact us on the Earth. And we are so deeply concerned about our Selenite brethren as well, all you gentle moon folk. We will do our level best to make sure that our retrieval just operations stay out of your hair. It'll be like the ship was never here by the time we're done. And all of you get to go home and, I don't know, play hopscotch or whatever it is you moon folk like to do instead of Scrabble to survive and whatnot. So glad that I was here. I'm so glad that I was appointed to this position, and I am so glad to be alive right now. Can I get a hallelujah?
Marisol's eyes are darkened over.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how bad is Marisol?
Yeah, how is she? Like,
because she's kind of the only one that can heal with Ripple, and if she's half bone.
Oh no, she's fine.
That was
perfectly fine. Yeah, that was just a
her
vision.
like vision.
That was just a vision.
flash.
Okay,
Yeah.
she wasn't actually melting.
No.
She probably
Oh,
has really bad
fun.
acid burns on her arms.
Yeah.
Here's a fun fact about mirror particles. They don't have perfect symmetry. That's why they're mirror particles. One wonders how science can interact with our stance. Also, I mean, if you ever want to look into it, I think I posted it in the lore channel once, or trivia about mirror particles and how they work. So sometimes things can happen and there's not exactly one-to-one reaction. As you guys are all standing outside in the void of space, well, not the void of space, but on the surface of the moon, the gravity is a little lighter. The ship is smoking, and there are kind of vehicles that are willing to take you back to Artemis territory, away from this ship and back to your, well, you don't really have a home anymore, but somewhere.
I'm still stuck in decontam, aren't I?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you two still has this apartment.
Yeah, that's true. Simone, they eventually give you the boot with kind of like very ruddy, run of the mill, like almost like scrubs to wear. You are covered in some kind of material that is absorbing or suppressing the radioactive dosage that you got hit with. And before they let you go, they definitely like just injected a bunch of shit into your body to try to keep you from just, dying.
Yeah.
Advancements in radiation poisoning therapy and treatment are pretty necessary on Earth. With the amount of radioactive zones that exist, it's like they need to have a really rapid response. So
thank God for the Seven Nation Army and the radiation therapists.
As you guys are out there, Marisol, you can hear something quiet in your head.
She tunes everything out to just focus on it.
It's not the voice of your ancestor or your grandmother or anything like that. It's something like a quiet whisper of something faint and scratchy, something very, very, very weak, but it's there.
She covers her face and just tries to listen in harder. But if that's all she gets, then...
You hear it. You hear it as you turn around back towards the ship, slightly above it. There is smoke starting to rise from the cracked egg-like dome of the ship, and that smoke is starting to turn green.
Her eyes widen.
And that word that you hear being whispered over and over is one thing.
Oh.
Ah, shit.
No.
A crystalline form rises from the ship. wreathed in black glass with a tongue that hangs down further and further towards the ground, sharpened and cut down the middle. Symbols spread above the figure, also wreathed in glass, as Avicii rises in an entirely new, evolved form. And that is the end of the session.
Oh no.
He's back, but even longer tongue.
He's just gonna keep coming back with a longer and longer tongue.
Yes.
Oh
Soon
my!
he will be only tongue, the
Oh,
true form of
this isn't
Avicii.
this isn't society. It's
Damn it, Marisol, you had one job.
So I mentioned that something decayed impossibly fast when it got near him. And the reason for that is when he came out, you could see he's actually almost entirely crystalline in nature. It's because he is now what I would call, I tried to describe it to somebody as I was talking about this. He's a universal solvent. He is someone who is so paradoxically fragile and weak that reality itself actually breaks in his presence. It
Oh.
leads to an actual total entropy situation. Like, you know, when you try to read something stupid and it makes you feel stupid just for having read it because you have to lower yourself to like read it and you feel like an idiot. In his case, because his crystalline structure is of such impossible fragility that for anything to even interact with it causes them to have to acknowledge that something like that exists, creating a very strange feedback loop that just decays the shit out of everything. In other words, he's so weak that he fucking is destroying reality. He's in the far negatives. Not antimatter,
oh,
but really, really bad, basically. If anything, you guys should be glad I had an alternate plan where they were going to just try to take the moon, like the cities. But I realized that would be like, yeah, no, I don't think they're greedy enough to try to like put their flag up and then get wiped out as the acid alien destroys everybody. We did it, everybody, and then just fucking dead.
So instead, they just took our house, and now we lost it.
yeah. Now I'm
Rude. We could have lost the whole city and had Jeff have to fight the Seven Nation Army in court for the entire city.
Look-
Oh,
look on the bright side. You weren't about to have to fight an alien in scrubs.
well, you got this.
Nah, you'll be fine. At that point, I don't think body armor is what's gonna save us. The scrubs are no different.
True.
Also, I want to point it out. I don't know if anyone caught a look at what the name of that scene was where Avicii appeared. It's entitled Anti-Avalon. It's a parallel to when cars evolved and all the Nazis were there and the sun was rising. Instead, it's nighttime. You've got the Seven Nation Army there, and the god that shows up, instead of being the strongest ever, is so weak that it's destroying reality, and he's like very dark and devilish and demonic as opposed to Kars's angelic appearance.